Hello, this is Tabitha with Appalachian Rising Ventures, and we're here today with Tommy Adkins, owner of the Appalachian Mercantile and Good Coffee. And Tommy's building is to the right of the Peak building, which is here on the corner. And we have partnered with Tommy to we've applied for some grants with Opportunity Appalachia for the back end of our buildings to work on getting those stabilized and getting some architectural and engineering assessments done so that both buildings can be rehabilitated. So we're glad to have Tommy here today. Tommy, I know you've owned Appalachian Mercantile now for 3 years, but do you want to tell us a little bit about your business and what all you all do here?
We've been here about 3.5 years. I roast my own coffee, so we have a coffee shop. We do sandwiches, and we sell a lot of Appalachian merchandise. We try to make most of our stuff here, like our coffee and our... I'm really awkward. But we do sandwiches, hot dogs, coffee. Try to have a lot of Appalachian goods, like shirts and keychains and stuff like that.
Ice cream, sometimes
we
some
do
baked
ice cream.
goods.
Yeah, we do a lot
Banana
of
pudding. We shared the banana pudding post the other
Yeah.
day. But this building, basically the town had come into possession of this building. So can you tell me a little bit about how you came about owning it?
We have the pet grooming business down the street, and we have a Main Street Business Association. And I was just halfway joking because my wife was 5 or 6 months pregnant, and I told Chris that was on it, I said, if we can get that building, I'll put a business in. And he worked it out like that night to get the building. And I about died because I was almost halfway joking. But we ended up with the building. If we kept a business in it 3 years, it became ours. And I think last week they made it official that we'll own the building now.
Yeah. And I know that the main floor, the first floor, is the one that you've done the most work on, a little bit on the mezzanine level. So can you tell us a little bit about what y'all have done to the building and
I had
who
to
helped?
I pulled up all the old carpet and subflooring and stuff to uncover the old wood floors, and I just cleaned them up in polyurethane. I left them kind of beat up and rough, just the way they looked. I stripped the whole wall down to brick. It was had a big mural on it, but it was chipping and didn't look good, so I chipped all that off. That was a big job, and painted everything. And I had to redo the whole kitchen area. It was all just rotted out in the back. I had to redo the walls, sheetrock, and upstairs, the mezzanine balcony, whatever, it was in pretty good shape. All I had to do was chip some plaster off up there, and it was in really good shape already. The floors were nice.
And you've got a really cute sitting area up there with all the window light.
We've got a part for the kids to play, and then we've got a section down here. It's got on this end that's got records and couches. People can listen to records and hang out.
So I know before you came into possession with it, the Lions Club had occupied it for a while, and the senior citizens had met here. But can you tell us a little bit about the longest tenant in this building and what's kind of left behind from that?
It was Witt Appliance, I think, starting in the 60s, which he'd been in business already since the 30s, but then he moved into the building. And if you look, when we come in, all the signs on the wall, like the Zenith signs and stuff, they're all left over from Witt Appliance. I found them on the 3rd floor. They were just buried in the junk up there. So I brought them all down and hung them up, and I've got some paperwork, because there's boxes of paperwork from Witt Appliance
Business
upstairs.
records.
Yeah. From the 30s all the way to the 60s, I guess, 70s.
So I think one of the things that's most interesting about your building compared to ours is we're seeing some of the same features, the light and air shafts and the woodwork and things, but it's a little different than ours.
Yeah.
But it looks kind of like yours was set up on the top 2 floors for apartments and boarding in the first place. So tell us a little bit about what your plans are for the future for those 2nd and 3rd floors.
I hope to get them redone. Like, I'll probably be doing all the work, but get them redone and maybe some Airbnbs and then a few apartments in it also.
Okay, well, let's go inside and take a look. All right, so this is the first floor where you have your coffee shop and your mercantile, and so these are the...
all those signs came from the RCA, the Zenith, the GE. They all left over from Witt Appliance. And I put this tin up here. Chris Williams that owns Black Bear gave me all this tin because the tile had fell. And my wife wanted to put that. I hated it at first, but it's grown on me. but I like it now.
Kind of adds to the rustic ambiance of the.
And the floors were covered in just like a 1/4 inch of plywood, and I'd say they had like 10 million nails. I don't even know. Like every inch, it was like 2 nails.
I remember that carpet that was in here
And
before
it was old carpet, and it stunk. And I got it all rolled. It took me a month just to get the carpet up because I was doing it all by myself because she was pregnant. And Mountain Empire come in and helped me pull all the nails, which that helped a lot.
Yeah, they had a work program at that time that could come in and help with some things like that, didn't they?
And I stripped all that down. That was a big mural all the way across it, but it was a horrible mural.
And you found this ladder upstairs too?
Yeah, it was laying up there buried under a bunch of stuff.
You can tell it's old. I wonder what it was originally used for. It looks like maybe a top shelf thing, retail or whatever. But this is the original metal ceiling on this side.
Yeah.
And if you've watched our video of the Peak building, the Peak building's light and air shaft is probably, about right there where that stovepipe exit is?
I'd say so, yeah.
So that little empty square space between the Peak building and Tommy's building is somewhere right around in through there in the middle of the building. So, but yeah, so Tommy has a lot of artifacts from the time. These are big collectors amongst Westmoreland fans. These steins, they had different Westmoreland scenes on them.
That's a mining hat from the teens or 20s.
Oh, yeah?
It's a soft hat, it's not even a hard hat. And that pick right there came from Lee County it was a 2-man mines they ran by mules.
Oh, awesome. And then you've got merchandise as well, it's for sale. And boy, when I was in high school in the 90s, these blankets were very popular. Did somebody make this fairly recently?
That was Bob Hartley's.
Okay.
And when he passed away, his daughter brought it to me to
awesome.
put in here, and then she brought the little cheerleader skirt.
Bob Hartley, the owner of Bob's Market.
Yeah, he used to come here every week.
Yeah, most of us knew that as Bob's Market. So, got a mix of just some historical type stuff and then local merchandise. And Tommy also does some wood crafts. You've done these, right?
Yeah, I did all these.
And the magnets and keychains. So
I built all the tables and coffee tables and all that. I try to do everything I can myself. All those tables.
So you've got looks like cinnamon rolls this morning of some sort.
Cinnamon raisin biscuits are
okay.
We've been bought out of everything this week. We wiped out.
Okay. So you do breakfast and sandwiches for lunch. You're open every day but Sunday and Monday, right?
Yeah.
Half a day on Saturdays?
Yeah.
So if you're around Appalachia, come see Tommy, get you some coffee, ice cream. All right, so we'll go up to the mezzanine level. Let me grab this to take.
That's some old paperwork from Wheat Appliance right there. Bank statements and
sales tickets. Yeah, these are checks. Jack Kibler, he's one of the local Appalachian legends.
That paper right there is from Tom Turner's first year coaching. That was the very first year head coach.
Legendary Appalachia High School
that's from the
football
playoffs
coach.
That year. It's got a lot of big names in it.
Okay. Did you find that here or did you get it somewhere else?
I don't remember where I got that. I think somebody gave that to me and then I bought that too.
Okay. You got some of the state championship plaques.
Yeah, buddy of mine let us put those up.
From the high school.
That's the kids' play area over there.
Okay. So some overflow seating up here on the mezzanine level.
It's just like old vintage clothes right there.
And this is your most recent setup.
Yeah, I moved all the records up here, but they're all for sale, and then set a record player up and some more couches.
It's like a real record player too.
Yeah.
You even got an 8-track in there too.
Yeah, it's got an 8-track cassette tape.
Where'd you happen upon that?
This I got off the lady I go to church with. Her mom had it when she passed away. I bought it, and then the record player was
That's
mine.
awesome. Yeah, that's an original.
All those paintings were a guy that used to live here in town. They called him. He was an artist that lived in an apartment. Well, the building you bought, I think.
Okay.
Lloyd Patterson.
Careful, we'll get copyright strike.
There you go.
It's probably so old it's not gonna. Well, you probably recognize the song more. So there's a lot of light in this space, and it makes a really nice seating area. And you've got a lot of plants and things.
Yeah.
You all sell the plants downstairs too, right?
Yeah.
A lot of plants.
My sister-in-law works here, takes care of them all, babies them all.
It's really nice up here, especially with that morning sun on the front of the
I
building.
want to change the windows and make them clear eventually, and
So
so
you
you
can
can
see
look
out.
out over town.
Yeah. Yeah, you're missing
That's
one
a-
down here.
Yeah, somebody knocked that one out. So
Yeah.
Covered up.
All right, so we're gonna go up to the second floor, and you've not really done any work up here. And it's
No.
gonna get really hot fast. Let me turn this light on. Do you want me to go behind you or in front? Okay. We got a lot of leftover electronics here. Methodist hymnals.
Yeah, there's a whole box of those. Like all that stuff from WIT Appliance, GE Appliances, books. There's so much.
So this is the second floor, and we've got suites that went all kind of down through here. And if you can see up there in that corner, that's going to be a balcony entrance that we'll look at in a minute. But we're going to go toward the front here first for just a minute. So this was likely, I would say when they were here, they were mostly probably using these front two rooms as offices, wouldn't you, since there's a lot of paperwork,
Yeah, there's still books and books of
some stuff, yeah. Sales, tickets.
1956.
Look how big that stack is too.
And there's thousands of them.
Yeah.
Whole old box. These are from October 1956.
They were selling some TVs and wash machines. And these are all, here's canceled checks from 1950. Volunteer State Paper,
59.
the something company, General Electric Credit Corporation for $19.15. December 22nd, 1950. That's not even a minimum payment for most people now.
Those are all from the First National Bank. It was in Appalachia.
Yeah, which no longer exists. They tore that one down, but and there's been a lot of kind of erosion to the walls and the windows in here just from, just lack of upkeep over the years. But the wood at the bottom is still in fairly good shape. That's what is amazing to me, how good of shape the trim is in. And some of the glass is still intact, but this is it's like a patterned glass in these wood doors. I love these doors. And somebody did some damage right here with the locks. But we've got a closet here that has, looks like,
paperwork.
yeah, it's like they would just wrap sales tickets
1953.
from certain times, and somebody's drug some of it out at some point and left it. But you can see, if you look up here, you can see the plasters falling down. You can see the original lath, isn't that what that's called? I think, the wood stripping underneath they used under the plaster. Why do I always forget the words when I get in here? Oh, and here's a original radiator still in place from one of the original heating elements. This was number 2. Guess that one might have been number 1. And we'll go upstairs in just a moment, but you can see this large wood pillar, and the staircase is still in pretty good shape. Here is, this is, the one upstairs is open, right? There's one upstairs too?
Yeah.
Okay.
This one, it'll open.
So this is a
So
panel,
short, I can't reach nothing.
electrical panel
This
box.
is the old one. The one upstairs is newer, but that's really old.
Yeah.
That's probably the original.
You know, kind of looks like it's caught fire at some point. Do you see what I'm talking about? All the like black charring around it.
It's hard to say.
Yeah. All right, so gonna go in this first room here. It's missing its door. Got a light hanging, but this is one of those light and air shafts. So they're between, there'll be like one of these in between 2 rooms on the middle interior rooms. The front rooms obviously had windows that opened to the street, but this would have been the light and air shaft for this room and the next room. You had a small closet here, and then you had your radiator. So more than likely just one room, probably used as office space later in time, but might have originally been more of a setup for boarding, as you'll see from some of the other details. Here's an interesting room full of artifacts. So we've got, again, here's the other side of that light and air shaft. Yeah, don't fall over anything. Everything's a trip hazard in these places. But here's a bunch of old TVs and parts. Oh, that's a record player, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a Zenith record player.
There's some doors. I wonder if those are the original front doors.
Well, there's doors all the way through here. Maybe.
I don't know. If you don't put those back in, I bet those would go good in the front of the Levine building. We have, this would have been a closet space here, but as you can see, it's been kind of gutted out. You got a lot of old iron pipes up here, probably from the second floor, and copper lines for
this one says the tube was bad on that TV's, isn't it?
It has a note on it.
Yeah.
That's funny. It's still here. Guess nobody ever got around to fixing it. Probably just used it for parts.
Yeah.
My grandpa was an appliance repairman, and he had things everywhere, and it was so that they could keep it for parts because you could Amazon something back then. All right, here's the first restroom we're going to come to. We've got a lovely two-toned toilet here. What is that? General Electric, what was that?
It's a sign. I took part of it and hung on the wall down there, but it's from
okay.
1976.
So, some
not
kind
as
of
old as it.
display.
Yeah, it's just all paper.
We got a sink over here in the far corner.
Somebody was figuring out what it cost to fix it or something.
Is there math on the wall?
Yeah, there's a bunch of them.
And there's this small radiator over here. Let's see if we can see what it is. Did I walk through a spider web?
It's on the light.
Yeah, somebody's doing some long. Oh, no, this is a subtraction here. I was going to say long division, but yeah, that's funny. Oh, and here's a sign over the light switch that says to, oh, I see what you mean about the spider web. It says cut light off at switch. Well, who would have known if we hadn't? But look at this transom, though. This transom above is intact. And you can see some of the hardware still on it where you would have been able to open and shut the transom window to the hallway. So, and here is the underside of the balcony. You can see you've got a lot of plaster peeling off down to the brick, which exposed brick is like, you know, all the fad now. So you're just
probably just strip
almost
it all
there.
down. Yeah.
Still got, you can see here there's a little bit of erosion against the floor, but I mean, honestly, still the floor up here, even though there's been a lot of damage, the floor and the baseboards are still pretty good shape. Another room.
Paperwork and junk.
More records.
1941.
It's back when you had to keep everything. You couldn't get your online banking open to find your canceled checks, huh?
1941.
What are the like braille stamp type? Oh, paid? Is that what it says? Paid.
Yeah, paid.
It says 11341 something.
Yeah.
245. So it must have been almost like a bank number or something. Got another GE sign here. Filter flow washer with mini basket, high-speed dryer with compensated control. The quality automatics. And this is a smaller light and air shaft, it looks like, maybe. Or at least went to that bathroom area, maybe to give it some air, I don't know. But you got a pretty good closet. And here is there's some really old linoleum.
Watch it. There's old Get out of the way. That's really old porno wax. I just looked down and
I was like, watch what? I'm looking for a hole in
I was
the
trying
floor,
to get it out of the camera. That's like
We'll leave it in and see if anybody knows.
that's like 70s porno wax.
Oh, Lord. And here's pipes that would have probably come down to this radiator here. They don't look like they're connected anymore.
There's
It looks
a
like
shaft in that closet too.
there's a what?
A light shaft in that
Oh,
closet.
you can see it up under there?
There's another one. There's one.
Oh, yeah. So that one would have went to the bathroom. But at some point, they've probably switched this around and used it as like some kind of utility shaft. Because it does look like maybe it went up there before, but that bathroom is on the other side, so. Should really turn some lights on up here, Tommy.
I know. I had a flashlight and I left it.
This is the room that I find most interesting because we've got, like they literally just left family photos here. This is a nice large family. It looks like mom and dad and maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 children. And here's a picture of a couple. Here's a picture. I'd like to know where this house is right here.
Yeah, it's pretty.
People in front of the house.
There's a bit of receipts from 1950. I've got some of this stuff up here before and used it on a coffee pot I've got.
Here's a Hickok Guarantee Registration Card. Electrical Insurance Company.
Like old chair backs.
So this was probably some kind of storage room, I would say, that they were using when it was the appliance store because it's got all these shelves.
And stuff in it.
But here's another light and air shaft that's going to go between this room and the next. And you can see there's been some decay in here too. We're down to the brick wall on that side. What's this? Furniture. Oh, here's like an old sinks. Here's some more old sinks that have just been stored in here. What are these jugs? Anything interesting?
There's pieces to like an old soda fountain laying in here.
Yeah, that's what it says, I think. Coke. Yeah. Coke.
The spouts were here somewhere. Like these are all the
Old pipes.
locks and stuff.
Yeah, for the door pieces. All right, so as they go to the back of the building, just like with the Peak and Levine buildings, because it goes into the hillside, you're going to see more and more damage toward the back. Got another old GE sign here. They had somebody painted at some point like a line here. I wonder if it had a border or what at some point, or if they just painted it half and half. All the rooms were this lovely shade of like 50s green though. So this light and air shaft has a lot of damage around the trim from the upper floor, it looks like. What's this here?
I don't know what it is. It's a bigger piece of aluminum or notes.
Like a cardboard almost.
I don't know what that's for.
We got here's a large, it looks like this would have been like a transom window over a larger door or something at some point possibly.
Or what you foot on the
Or it
nails.
might even been, yeah, nails everywhere. I try not to step directly on anything. You can see there's some linoleum down in here too. Check out these doors. The glass is broken, but they're still in good shape. Those could be fixed.
That one's still got the glass in here.
Yeah, and it's got that, it's almost like, I don't know what you call this, but it's like a textured pattern in it. Like that other window did. So.
Another old TV.
Yeah. Another radiator still in place.
This is where it gets really bad.
Yeah, this is where it's starting to get seeing a lot more deterioration. So there's some windows here that have been closed up with cinder block along the way. And when I was younger, you could actually, behind this, there was a walkway that is now like completely grown up. I was telling Tommy about that one day, because you could go behind this building. I remember going behind it as a young girl, but you can tell there's been a lot more damage back here from water damage. The ceiling, there's pretty much no plaster left on the ceiling in this back room. And a lot of,
I ain't gonna get too far over there.
yeah, a lot of decay along that back side. There's pretty much no trim or wood left there. And in here, in this room, this is the back room. You've got, here's one of those sinks like that was up there. So it's a little bit of a wider basin. I don't think it would have been like a wash sink necessarily, but I don't know what it was used for over the years, but there's nothing left here. No joist left, no
This is where
flooring.
the water comes off the mountain right there.
Yeah.
It stays damp right here.
So you can see how bad the damage is along the back side of the building.
Because this is still right here.
And currently, their HVAC comes in through here and goes straight down in there. But, yeah, lots of decay there. Got a pretty good intact door here. And another radiator back here. It's not as hot up here as the last time we were up here.
No.
That's good, especially this time of the year. But we'll go up to the 3rd floor now. The banister's in pretty good shape. I really only see one spindle missing, but it's crooked. I don't know if you can tell that on the floor or on the video that the floor slants really heavily to the left there. So there is some need for some assessments there. So this room, or this floor, is set up more like this front part at least might have been an apartment originally. Somebody came and put a baseboard heater in at some point. That's not original, obviously. Got a shot. This is a shotgun. What is that?
It's a fuse.
Fuse?
Yeah.
Okay. So, couldn't tell from there. My allergies. So this is a little bit of a newer box. It's got a CMP telephone. Gosh, I don't remember how long ago CMP telephone was in this area, because I think
It's a newer kind of
maybe
fuse.
in the 70s, because I don't think it was here when I was in the 80s. I remember a lot of the 80s, I guess is what I'm trying to say. But yeah, so Wadsworth. So a little bit newer. And there's a light here, so this was like a hallway area that was probably well used, and it kind of goes down to this. There's a closet here, and then there's 2 doors. This one, somebody's come in and updated the ceiling at some point to try to cover up probably the plaster that had fallen down, and they've kind of made it look like almost like a board and batten type thing. And there's still a radiator. It's actually still hooked up, it looks like, on this floor. At some point, somebody's come in and put in some newer style windows, because these are the little windows that crank out and open up. And you can see out this window, for those of you that have watched other videos, this is the Western Auto Building. And back there would be the dairy building that we have done tours of already. And those are Appalachian Rising Venture properties. So in here, somebody's put down some linoleum. I'm pretty sure this isn't the color it's supposed to be. It looks like it's like a cobblestone look with some green and cream in it, but it's quite covered up. You've got some metal cabinets in here. These are Geneva kitchen. Oh, and under the stuff here, the grime and everything, you can see this countertop. It's like a Formica, but it's white with like a turquoise speckle in it. We've got some old newspapers up here too. How to Cheat Death. Mary Tyler Moore.
I kind of like the countertop.
Old Kraft orange juice glass bottles still up here. JFG peanut butter, Nescafe. Now look at that baby jar right there, that apple juice baby jar behind your foot there, too.
It's still got apple juice in it.
So it's almost like, you know, whoever lived here last just kind of left a lot of things. I'd say somebody lived here fairly recently, though, because
Probably fermented.
there is
You can make liquor out of that for sure.
this is
Probably out of
one of
yeast.
those baby, I don't remember what you call these, that make the necklaces, the little plastic things, and I think those just came about in the late 70s, early 80s, I think. But all right, so we'll go on down the hallway here a little bit. So this is the front of the building.
Somebody must have delivered papers.
Delivery.
Name Kelly, customer number 971 for Kingsport Times.
And this is the first room. We got a lot of plaster that, of course, has fallen down in here. But your door's still pretty intact with the glass in it. Here would have been a light and air shaft, and at some point, somebody's tried to repair the roof or keep it from leaking because there's like a plastic drop in here. You had a closet over here and your radiator. But there is a linoleum sheet in here. They called this, they called it carpet, something carpet. I'm trying to think of the word of it at one point. But can't really tell the pattern on it too much. This one you can tell a little bit. It's like a green with specks in it way up under. There you go, you can get a little bit of it off. But again, lots of plaster decay in here. Somebody painted this one a bright pink. Oh my gosh, look at that floor.
They're painting them red.
That is the, oh, it just cracked in half. When they covered it up with this stuff, I guess though that's the good side effect of it is they've kind of protected it.
Shape.
Yeah, it's beautiful. The other side of the light and air shaft, and you can actually see the roof that has been put on this building at some point up there. So it'll be interesting to see what the engineers and people say about the roof when they get over here to it, because this bathroom's still relatively intact as well. There is a tub and a sink and a toilet in here, and up above, it had, at one point, a skylight for its light and air. So that's kind of awesome and scary. This day and age, I don't know if you'd want your bathroom open like that. Somebody be crawling in on you. So there's a door here now. Of course, this is a newer style door. And so at some point, they've changed a little bit of the layout. This looks like it is original baseboard here, but when you go past this door, what we think probably, what I would suspect is that this door was shut, so you could come into the apartment this way. And there's a door on the back of the building, so people that lived on this floor would have come in from the back of the building. Here's a bathroom, and it has the transom window above. A little bit older still on the fixtures. Anything else remarkable in there? No. Oh, at some point somebody's come in and changed out the radiator in here though, because that's not the original style of radiator.
No.
But it's in between a radiator and a baseboard. And honestly, that's the first time I've seen that style in person. I didn't even notice that we were in here before. You can see here, this was like a trap door or of some sort. And you can see the roof. Look at this old Play-Doh container. It's not plastic, it's like cardboard with a metal bottom. And here is the top of this balcony. And of course, it's got this new roof on top of it, but you know, I bet from the way it's boxed out there, I wonder if it had like a skylight there too at some point. Got another room here. Somebody's done some work on this one. You've got your linoleum carpet. Yeah, there's your floor underneath.
They paint them red, though.
They did paint them. My grandma used to paint her porch every summer. I remember. Instead of we would stain decks and things now, but I remember my grandma painting hers. But somebody's come in and put some new wood in here for this baseboard and put up some kind of sheetrock at some point. Newer electrical outlets.
I love that TV.
Yeah, that's a cool one. Wonder if you could just pop the tube part out and put a newer screen in there, like an LED one. And
I took that one downstairs and took everything out and made it like a flower thing.
it's an RCA Victor color. Ooh, it's color, Tommy. See?
It's pretty cool. Be good for decoration.
That was high end. Yeah.
Put a
We've
new
got
TV
a
on top of it.
radiator in here too. And they've even went as far as to put some new sheetrock of some sort up on the ceiling. They just never finished it.
I wish they would have finished it.
Well, might have to rip it all out, who knows. But this door is still intact pretty well, and you got the transom above it. It's in good shape. Of course, we can see down here to the second floor. You've got this balcony level here. Oh, I love I think in one of the other rooms there's some of this, but this is like a floral style. We would call that digital now. I wonder how old this is specifically. Here's some papers from Southwest Virginia coal boom. Pushes to keep pace with new energy policy. And this is from October 26th of 1977, Kingsport Times News. The dollar saver. I never remember them putting out a dollar saver other than...
It's got it in the inside.
It's got what? Look at those cars on the back page from the 70s. The Thunderbird. Let me see that sales paper. Sliced peaches, 3 cans for $1. Domino's sugar, 69 cents. Limit 2.
It's got about the women miners from Westmoreland lived here in Appalachia.
Oh, yeah. Women miners say they're here to stay. What does the caption on the picture say? Does it say who those people are? At the end of a midnight shift on a payday weekend is a good time to chat with Joyce and Sheila to stop
I think one of them was an Owsley.
and chat with Supervisor Jim Rose just to be sure they're doing all that's expected of miners. They do a good job, anything they're asked to do, said Rose. So
there's a whole pile of these I gave them to everybody that came up here.
there's one of the light and air shafts in here too. And there's your radiator in the corner. That's a fairly old dresser too over there.
Yeah, I like it.
This is honestly a fairly old recliner. It's just
That
covered
dresser's
up.
in really good shape still.
Yeah. It's a little warmer up here. I'm starting to get sweaty. Got a half a door here. This might have been maybe even the back door because it looks like it's got a bolt lock on the top. Here's some of that vinyl. What else we got in here?
A broken bed.
Oh yeah. And fake green grass carpet. Here's your light and air shaft. You can see there's been a lot of water damage around the framing and the trim. Got spider webs all over the light. Still got the radiator in here. Anything interesting in the closet?
And that goes outside right there.
Yeah, I'd say that was the original entrance for this top floor because I remember there being a door when I was a child. This is another radiator. And you can see there's been extensive water damage. There's some joists still there, but there's no floor left in that corner.
I tore that out.
Tore which part out? The floor?
Yeah. I was just trying to see how bad it was rotten, so I tore it out one day just to look at it.
And this room has a lot of personal items in it that got stored at some point. We got the South, U.S. Economic Geographic Development. Got these old medicine bottles.
Napkin holder.
This room has, we've got a door here. Boy, that one has a large glass pane in it too. I bet that was some type of, maybe a front door or something. Because that's not going to be one of the room doors, I would think. We've had a lot of damage. This is a window that has eroded out, and there's one over here beside it as well. But this is all, plaster has fallen down. You can tell the floor is rotted over there. I wouldn't go that way. Here's the 1952 yearbook of some point. I could see Monte Vista Hotel in there. Oh, it's just the cover. The whole inside of the book is missing. But
I found a yearbook in here. It's got my granny's down there in it. I got it downstairs somewhere when she was in high school.
oh, really?
Yeah. Had her and Gary Bush was in it, a bunch of them.
All right. We'll go back downstairs where there's some air conditioning now. So thank you, Tommy, for showing us your building today and letting us explore it a little bit. And if you would like to follow along on Tommy's business activities, you can find him on Facebook under Appalachian Mercantile. You can also find Appalachian Rising Ventures on Facebook and YouTube. And if you're watching this video, don't forget to like and subscribe to it. We have been able to turn our YouTube into a small revenue stream for these projects, so that's amazing. So sharing our videos helps us out with all of our projects. And I also want to mention that the first weekend in August is the annual Appalachia Coal Railroad Days. So if you're semi-local or if you're thinking about coming and checking out our town, that would be an excellent weekend to come and check out the progress that we're making. And Tommy, you'll probably be open every day that weekend.
Yeah, we'll be here night and day.
Yeah, so you can come eat at the Appalachian Mercantile, get you some coffee, and we'd love to see you. So until next time, thank you.